What's up guys, BARRYGAMING here, back with some more Raid Shadow Legends, and today we are jumping back onto day 25 of our playthrough, and we are making some progress. I know there's a lot of people out there that can do this more optimally, but having fun is one of the things I love doing, and using heroes I absolutely love is one of the important things, which is why I kind of took Alice up to be our first 6-star hero. However, now with the events that we've been completing, we have enough to make another 5-star hero a 6-star hero, and we do have quite a few candidates now, including our newest hero, Tatsu, which I love the look of, but overall I'd probably say is one of our weaker 5-star heroes that we have right now. I mean, honestly, I feel like I have more use for Mirag and Rector. It just feels like I kind of use them more often. Heck, Mausoleum Mage I do too. I think Kael, that is really going to be a positive to do this upgrade on, because one of the places we use Kael so much for is against the Demon Lord. I mean, you can see like all my attempts that I've had and the damage that I output, he's been the top damage dealer every single time against bosses. Like, no matter where it is, just the absolute top. So I think my goal here is to go ahead and make him my choice. Hold up, click the link down in the description right now to get your free annex as well as one epic hero as you level up. All you have to do is log out of your Plarium Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link down in the description and register with a brand new email. Launch raid, complete the tutorial, and go to your inbox to claim your first champion. Here we go. You'll find annex right here, as well as Mausoleum Mage as soon as you hit level 15. This is an amazing account start in Raid, so make sure you guys click the link and follow the steps. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go not to ascend but upgrade rank. We're gonna go ahead and use our chickens and use one of our food 5-stars we built from this event, and we're gonna level him up. He's gonna go from 5 stars with 35,200 silver. Oh my gosh, we're actually lacking silver. I may or may not have done some upgrades on some stuff, and I'm gonna do something I don't want you guys to do. Please don't do this. But for the sake of this video, oh man, I have to actually go get it out of the chest now too. Oh my gosh, it feels bad. Anyway, we are going to rank up our Kael with this right here. We're getting tournament points, and of course, the downside of this, he does turn to level 1. The bonus is now we can actually ascend him to 6-star as well. So we get some additional stuff here. He finally ascends out because he was already 5-star ascended. This now goes to 6-star ascended because he got that 6-1. Now the downside here is the fact that you need levels. However, I've been saving something very specifically for this, and that is one of these right here. These are XP barrels, instant increase the champion's level to the highest possible level for their rank. And it says, are you sure? Because they don't want you using this on like food hero and stuff too, but it's basically instantly going to level him all the way up to 60. It's the main reason why I did this, because I didn't want to spend energy and time trying to re-level him up. Because if you guys don't know, once you do this whole rank up system, you go back to level 1 and then you kind of have to grind this back out. So this is going to cost 500,000 silver, which again, I'm going to do something I highly suggest you guys don't do, and that's go to the gem shop. I think I'm just gonna, I really don't want to. It really doesn't seem like a good play. I'm gonna go ahead and get this right here. Was that enough? It's not. It's definitely not. I'm just gonna buy this twice. Again, please don't be this like wasteful with your resources. I do it, but just because I do it for simplicity, please don't do this. Just please don't. It's not going to be worth it for you. So we're gonna chuck this barrel back in. We're gonna go up to level 60, which also is gonna give us a ton of tournament points, and this tournament is one that I definitely want to be participating in. So now we are super powered up. We did sadly miss out on some of the really good legendary support heroes. We do have some other ones that we did receive, but this is also going to unlock a couple things for us here. Sadly, we actually don't have anything just yet. Like, I wish we could. You see here, we only have the 1 slot open right now. We do need a farm for these accessories here, because we now have unlocked 2 more accessory slots. It's just we don't have the items to actually do it. So just keep that in mind. We're gonna have to focus on that eventually. That also means we now unlock the last tier of the masteries, and oh my gosh, I actually forgot what I was gonna do. Man, I actually forget the exact build I was gonna go for him. I don't really care about arena and stuff with this hero. I want him to be good against campaign, clan boss, dungeons, things things like that. I think what I had on my planner was War Master here. So it has a 60% chance of inflicting bonus damage when attacking. Bonus damage equal to 10% of the target's max HP or 4% of the target's max HP when attacking bosses. Bonus damage can only occur once per skill and does not count as an extra hit. So again, this is one of the big ones because we're mainly going to be using him for bossing and boss progression. So we had that unlocked. It's going to be very, very good. Now, gear wise, we're still definitely working our way through gear. Of course, prioritizing speed where we can, still going for that lifesteal set because my goodness, until we get like a really solid core of supporters that can survive the hits, because right now, like some of them are decent. Like I'd say Rector Drath is really solid, especially with this immortal set. Giving tons of HP and extra healing every single turn that they go is pretty solid. Again, leveling up our gear is taking a back burner for most things here, but lifesteal and attack is just something very simple to do in the early game. As you get further in the game, you're gonna kind of do away with lifesteal, so don't over invest in them. Early game, that extra 30% healing of damage dealt is actually really, really good, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly what type of team I want to be running. Of course, heroes like Light Ward, we're not gonna be keeping around. Those are gonna be fusion heroes. Again, I really like Rector Drath, been performing extremely well. We do have a ton of epics now that we need to figure out what does best in what game mode. Ugo is probably going to be one of them that I potentially use as well. I think is a very, very good support hero. And then I'm just gonna have to go through and figure out what we actually need. I really feel like we don't need attack heroes unless we have like another Kael potential type hero, but again, we have to go through all of this. And yeah, I love this. I love this elf. This must have been one of the Christmas heroes, right? Jingle Hunter. Just sounds like a funny name. But yeah, finding ones that might do something along the lines of like, you know, poison damage or burn damage can definitely be someone that we can add to the team here. So attacks the enemy has a 75% chance to put an HP burn debuff and 5% poison debuffs. Again, Barrykin, he just sounds like a very strong epic hero. So I need to figure out what heroes in our list we should use. Again, if you guys see any of these heroes that you're like, Barry, you need to be using this hero right now. If you're not, you're just griefing yourself. I do feel like Barrykin is probably one of them, but let me know in the comments down below. I'll build the hero, I'll use them in the game mode that they are the best in, and we will get that going here because again, we did get a lot of epics this past week, so really decent spot here. Some of them decent support heroes. I feel like we have a lot of like okay support heroes. We have some decent defense heroes too, but again, mainly focusing on our main team is the big thing here. And of course, by doing all that leveling up and everything, that's going to really help us in this champion training tournament that is going on this week. However, we're gonna have to do a lot of legwork here to get this going, and we can actually do some of that here today as well. We're at 1712. We need to get to 38.5 at the very least here. So you can see you get points for, of course, leveling up heroes. We got a big chunk right here for leveling up our Kael. We need to upgrade champions to higher ranks, going to 5 to 6 star. Again, we just did that. That was 300 points. Ascending champions will also do that, which we just did as well, which isn't a huge amount. The big one is going to be using tomes. However, I think we actually have 1 or 2 mythical tomes on our account. I don't know if it's worth burning them on this event on a legendary hero or lower hero to actually get that done, because you can see right here, we didn't plan ahead on this. We've pretty much already completely ranked up all the skills on Kael, and you see we actually have a lot of rare tomes right here. So what we need to do is probably focus on a rare hero to get that going. The problem is I don't really have any rare heroes besides our one hero that we need to be building right now. So I do also need to go through all of our rare heroes, find 1 or 2 that will be very good at a higher quality, and then use these tomes, because how many points do these tomes actually give? I don't think the low tier ones give very many points, right? I think it was, yeah, 25 for these, 75 for epic, 200 for legendary. To be honest, we probably should just be burning the legendary ones at this point to get some additional, because I think we have what, 3 legendary, and I think I'm going to use them on Alice. I've already started to work through this with Alice, but I think going for 3 more should be good. It would kind of be nice if we can max out some of these abilities, especially like Queen Slayer. That would be insane amounts of damage. Getting a -1 cooldown is really cool. -1. I mean, honestly, everything about Alice I absolutely love. So let's burn 3 of these right here. Let's see what we get. So we got level 4 of the Vorpal Sword. Oh man, didn't really want to level this one up. Granted, it is kind of cool that the buff debuff chance is cool. If you guys don't know what this does, her basically basic attack attacks the enemy 2 times, places an extra hit if the target has any active skills on cooldown. So that's really nice to get a 3rd hit in. Each hit has an 80% chance of decreasing the duration of random buff on the target, which is cool. And then of course this increases by 10, so now it goes up to 90%, and then eventually it will go up to 100%. Now, like I said, we could burn this 1 one mythical skill tome on this hero for this event if we absolutely need to. I don't know if that's what I want to do. I really don't. Probably not what we do. One thing I am gonna do is, man, I actually don't know who I want to pick this for. I've previously been using them on Mausoleum Mage. Technically, he only needs 2 more, and I think I'd rather just finish this hero out, max it out. I think that's good. Getting all of his abilities leveled up because I still use Mausoleum Mage a ton. And I think the other one I want to use it on, at least for right now, granted, we might find some other heroes I want. I might want to use them on Rector Draft. This could be really good. Getting a bigger heal could be really awesome. I like that, as well as a lower cooldown on a 6-turn spirit form. Revives a single ally with 60% HP and fills their turn meter by 60% while putting perfect veil on them. I don't know. I feel like I don't need to really prioritize this because she only ever gets like 1 revive off in a battle anyway. If my heroes are dying that easy, I don't know if that's necessarily worthwhile. I think what probably is going to be something we do is saving up for one of these other heroes and trying to hope to hit like Brand of Shame here. Something that would be really cool. I didn't realize either Farrakhan places a 30% crit rate buff and 30% increased crit damage buff on all allies except this champion. Really awesome. Then all allies except this champion will attack 1 target enemy. That's really good, especially with heroes in combination with like Kael, with abilities that put poison on the boss. And this is a 2.5% debuff, whereas again, I feel like there's some heroes we really should be using here. Like if you look at his ability, granted this is a 4-turn versus a 1-turn, but it puts a 5% poison debuffs as well as an HP burn. I feel like if I'm not using this character and prioritizing doing everything I can in my power to like level him up as much as possible, I think that's gonna be a mistake on my account. So again, this is where I need you guys that are raid veterans or you guys that are playing doing research, what heroes we should really be using. Again, he just feels like this is the hero I want to go for, so we can upgrade some skills, of course, do some other things and get some more points, because again, I really want to get these points in this event to get to 3850. We are now up to 2462, which is pretty decent. If we do use that mythical tome, I mean, we could use it on Alice. Let me know your take on mythical tomes too. 500 points is going to be like a last minute emergency type thing. If we absolutely need to, we'll go for it here. We're also going to get, you know, like more rare skill tomes, which rare ones aren't going to be too much for me. At least right now, I feel like we're not going to have a need for some of these rare heroes. But again, if we have one of those rare heroes that are just like, Barry, I don't know why you're not using this hero. You got to use this hero. He's so good. You guys can see all the champions we have right here. Let me know in the comments down below. You can see the heroes we've been focusing on. Granted, there's some of them that I'm not a fan of. I've kind of just leveled up in case I want to make them food or something. I don't know if it's smart playing this game to take some of these less than great epic champions and turning them into food. I know the one thing that I'm really slacking on right now is faction wars, and that's partly because I just don't have heroes in all the different factions right now. You see now though, after this summoning event, we actually have a decent amount of heroes that we can throw in these teams here and maybe make some progress. The problem is levels. We just don't have levels in a ton of these heroes, and that's something I definitely need to prioritize doing with my energy in the campaign, I believe, because again, now we actually have some heroes that we can throw in everywhere. We can have these 5-hero teams, and maybe just using these rare heroes, leveling them up and then throwing them in to get progression here would be good, because again, you get things like ancient shards, you get things like legendaries and stuff, so like this could be worthwhile to do. Granted, I think this legendary only comes by clearing everything here. So yeah, it's one game mode I've definitely let fall off, and that's mainly just because we don't have the heroes in the different factions to make this worthwhile. So not too bad. We're still working through the Alice chase and everything, so we're gonna be going to get all of that. We're still only level 39 right now, so we do have to wait till 42, I think, to use the perfect souls, if I understand that system correctly. We're still we actually need to throw some champions in here, so I think what I'm gonna do is throw a couple of you guys in for the time being, let you guys AFK get a couple levels, and then we're gonna grind them up, because one of the best ways I feel like, actually, you know, I should show you that first. Let me just remove you and remove you. One of the really good ways to level up your heroes and not feeding food to them is going into the campaign and finding, like, going to like a previous difficulty, find something that you might want like the gear from as well, and go onto these stages where you can 2-man the stage. So you want to do something like this. We're going to use Alice, and we're going to use our Kael too, mainly because of his AoE damage and everything, and we're going to throw like 2 heroes in that we want to start leveling up, because if you do this and you do like a super raid, I'm just going to show you guys the progress you get on these heroes. I don't really care about what they're doing in the combat, and yes, they are going to die unfortunately, but if you already have the level 2 start, it doesn't really matter. And again, they're really just here to leech experience. You'll be able to see how much they can get right out of the gate, especially at low levels. Is very good to do this because they get a crazy amount of experience just from getting one of these battles done. And you'll see right here, we can easily 2-man this this, you need to drop down, like I said, in difficulty, so you're not going against some crazy stuff that you can only beat with your 4-player team. But you see here that it looks like Kael's putting some poison out, which is good. He is taking some hits, which isn't great, but decent hits. Honestly, you know what? I bet running Sun Wukong and Alice is the better way, but you can see right here, watch the levels go up. So they start at level 1, and they're gonna go all the way up immediately from this one battle up to like 8.5, 9.5 or something like that. Yeah, like 9.5 levels. Really, really good. Hey, we actually got some food and some mystery shards, not too bad, while also getting some tournament progress and some chase points that I think we're capped out on. And of course, we do need to use our energy today too. That also finishes out our dailies and our weeklies. Oh, hey, you know what that actually gives us? That gives us one more additional shard here. Should I do it? I mean, it's perfect way to cap out this video, right? Just doing one more 10 pull. Oh, we're lacking silver once again. Please don't do this, guys. Please don't do anything you see with this. I'm just doing this for the sake of our content here. Oh my gosh. And we're out of bag space too. This is crazy. Ah. Oh man. Again, please. If you take one thing out of this playthrough is please don't spend your gems the way that we do. We do it for the sake of convenience. That's because we're spending a little bit of money on the game. So just please keep that in mind. Fingers crossed. Oh, we got a Gaelic actually. That is awesome. I've been wanting to get one of the starter heroes again, and we did get another copy of Ugo. So this is interesting here. I don't know if I want to go for him or not though. I mean, Kael is obviously the best one out of the group. I haven't really decided what I want to do just yet, I guess. I don't know. And yeah, we're still going for like one more legendary tome. I don't know if we're gonna do it. I feel like going for sacred shards would be the way to go on this. But yeah, at the end of the day, I mean, our big accomplishment here is going to be that 6-star Kael. And now we have 2 heroes at 6-star. We got Alice, which is only at 3-star, but 3-star is the most important part to unlock that passive. You can see right here, some heroes have it, other heroes don't. Sun Wukong has it. You can see some of these heroes we don't have it unlocked just yet. So you really need to focus on what heroes you want to do this on, and then kind of go with the flow with that. So leveling these heroes up, very, very important. I'm going to go ahead and stick these heroes back in here for the time being, and just continuing to let them level up as we AFK, and we'll see what happens. So if you guys think we should change any of the heroes that we are using on this account, please hit me up, leave a comment down below. I'd love to hear your feedback on who to go for. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you guys next time.